Hello, this is a video about the HP OfficeJet Pro 8218. Could also potentially be a different model printer called the HP PageWide Pro 552 or similar models. If you get this screen saying update required, a problem has occurred with your printer's critical system files. Printer update will be installed to fix this problem. It says a printer update will be installed, but then it doesn't do anything. You can't press any of the buttons on the screen or on the front panel. If you plug it into the internet using a network cable, it actually does reach out to hpeprint.com and some other servers, but it doesn't actually download the update. If you use HP's official firmware update tool, that also doesn't work properly. It fails to detect the printer on the network, even though it is essentially on the network. So here is how you fix it. You will need a USB stick, and you will need the ability to wipe that USB stick. So if you've got something you need on that stick, make sure you back it up first. I've got a USB stick here which I'm okay to wipe. I will do that in just a moment. We also need to download from the HP website for that particular printer model, or the model that you're trying to repair, the firmware. So that file in my instance down here is called OJP8210 underscore, and then probably a version number of the firmware. So that file is now downloaded in my downloads folder. I'm going to plug in the memory stick and prepare it. So that memory stick has previously looks like it's been used for Linux, so I need to, and I would recommend this software anyway, format it using a special program which will get rid of the previous partitions. So I'm going to search the internet for Rufus, R-U-F-U-S, being very careful that quite often somebody is paying for an advert at the top of Google which does not take you to the genuine Rufus website. It'll have a little word that says advert or sponsored next to it. Do not click on that one because it will give you malware. So, or you can just go directly to the website. It's probably a better idea. So rufus.ie. That's what the website looks like. The scan website looks very similar as well, but just be really hyper aware that you're on the genuine rufus.ie website. So I've downloaded Rufus. I'm going to load that. If Firefox wasn't going to hang, or there we go, Rufus, click on that. It's detected my SanDisk SSD, and I want to make it a non-bootable FAT32 volume. So click on start. It's going to tell me that all of the drives are going to be on, or all of the partitions on that memory stick are going to be wiped. That's fine. There we go. That has made me a FAT32 memory stick and repartitioned the memory stick which had unusual partitioning on it into the USB stick, and it's blank other than a couple of auto-run files that Rufus will put there. I'm also going to now run the HP firmware. So the HP firmware file, it will say, do you want to allow it to run as administrator? Yes to that. And I'll hopefully get a firewall prompt, and I do. That firewall prompt tells you where that where the HP software has temporarily extracted itself to. So I'm going to highlight that first bit of the path here and copy that, and then I'm going to go start and run and paste in that location. At this point I can cancel the firewall prompt. What we've got here is, while this HP updater is open and not working because it can't discover the printer, we can at least get to the files that it's temporarily extracted. I need to copy all of those files, go back to my memory stick, paste them in, And also what I will do is, so this bit doesn't matter, it can't read the log file, but it doesn't matter because we're not using the log file for this update on the USB stick. I will delete the 2 files that Rufus put there, so the auto run files. So now we've got basically everything that was present in the temporary folder is now copied over to the memory stick, except for that log file, but it doesn't really matter on that one. I'm going to eject the memory stick and move over to the printer. Over on the printer, let me unplug this first. So it's still displaying, as you can see here, the error. Unplug the printer. Printer's gone off. Over here we have the USB slot. I'm going to put the memory stick into that. So you can now see the screen. I'm going to plug the printer back into the mains, and you'll see with the memory stick plugged in, with the firmware file on it, what it does. So it does briefly flash up the error message about needing to download the firmware, but this time, instead of failing to connect to the internet, it downloads it from the memory stick and actually starts the update. Printer's now gone off. I'm going to leave the memory stick plugged in because if you've got distracted or walked away, it'll be interesting to know that it just carries on working. And finally, we now have a working printer again. So I'm going to close that and go through the first time setup again. Good question. I think it might be the 4th of April, maybe even the 5th. Where's time going? I know it's the 4th of April. Oh. I see. Can I go back? Ah, very confusing interface. Yeah, so basically just going through the initial setup. It wants to be sure that we've got plain paper to probably do its ink alignment and other options. At this point I am going to unplug the USB stick and let the printer do the rest of its stuff. And interestingly, throughout that I was doing a packet capture on the laptop that it's plugged into on the network, and it's actually now doing a whole lot more stuff on the network, doing announcements and MDNS queries and stuff like that, which it previously wasn't when it was stuck in its I need an update mode. So there we go. Hopefully that helps you if you need to update or fix that problem on your HP OfficeJet Pro. If this video has been helpful to you, it would be really helpful to me if you wouldn't mind subscribing to my YouTube channel. You don't need to have the video notifications switched on, but the subscriber numbers really do help. Thank you very much.